a banker with 30 years of experience and a 25-year-old with a phone. They're asked the same question: how long to double your money at 6% interest? The banker punches numbers. The 25-year-old answers in 3 seconds, with one rule you've probably never heard of. $10,000 at 8% interest. How long to double? Most people guess wrong. The correct answer is 9 years, and you can calculate it in your head in under 5 seconds for any interest rate. Here's how. By the end of this video, you'll be able to calculate the doubling time of any investment in your head in seconds. A rule so simple it fits on a napkin, so powerful it's used by every serious investor on the planet. The rule of 72. Take the number 72, divide it by your annual interest rate, and the result is the number of years it takes to double your money. 72 divided by 8 equals 9. That's it. That's the whole rule. Where does 72 come from? It's the natural logarithm of 2, approximately 0.693, rounded up and multiplied by 100 for easy mental math. Mathematicians have known this since the 15th century. You're using 500-year-old calculus as a life skill. How accurate is it? At a 6% rate, the exact answer is 11.9 years. Rule of 72 gives you 12. At 9%, exact is 8.04 years. The rule gives 8. The margin of error is less than 1%. For a mental calculation done in seconds, that's extraordinary. The S&P 500 has averaged roughly 10% per year historically. 72 divided by 10. Your money doubles every 7.2 years. $10,000 invested at 25 becomes $80,000 by age 46, without touching it, without adding a single dollar, just time and rate. Start at 25 versus start at 35. Same investment, same rate. That 10-year gap costs you one full doubling cycle. At 8% return, one doubling cycle means your retirement portfolio is cut in half. The rule of 72 makes this brutally clear. Time is more valuable than money. The rule works both ways. Credit card debt at 18% interest, 72 divided by 18, your debt doubles in 4 years. $5,000 in unpaid debt becomes $10,000 by year 4 without a single new purchase. Compound interest is your greatest ally or your most expensive enemy. Same math, opposite direction. Inflation at 4% per year. 72 divided by 4 equals 18. In 18 years, the purchasing power of your cash is cut in half. Money sitting in a 0% account doesn't stay the same. It shrinks. The rule of 72 tells you exactly how fast. Whether or not Einstein actually said it, compound interest is genuinely extraordinary. A curve that starts flat, almost boring, then suddenly goes near vertical. The rule of 72 is what makes this curve human-readable. It turns an abstract exponential into a countdown. The rule of 72 was first documented in 1494 by Luca Pacioli, the Italian mathematician who also invented double-entry bookkeeping. It's been quietly used by bankers, merchants, and investors for over 500 years, and most people have never heard of it. Regular savings account at 3.5%. 72 divided by 3.5 equals about 20 years to double. That's a long time, which is exactly why a savings account alone isn't a retirement plan. The rule of 72 shows you this in 3 seconds. At 200% annual return, 72 divided by 200, you double in under 5 months. That's why crypto is seductive. But the rule of 72 also applies to losses. A 50% drop requires a 100% gain just to get back to zero. High rates cut both ways. A 7% mortgage rate. If you stopped paying, your debt doubles in about 10 years. But 7% as an investment return, your money doubles in 10 years. The rate is identical. The direction determines whether it builds you or buries you. 3 questions you can now answer in seconds about any investment. 1. What rate am I earning? 2. How long to double? Divide 72 by that rate. 3. Is that fast enough for my goals? You just became a more informed investor than 90% of people. You can also run it backwards. Want to double your money in 10 years? 72 divided by 10. You need a 7.2% annual return. Now you know exactly what to look for. The rule doesn't just answer questions, it sets targets. The rule is most accurate between 6% and 10%. At extreme rates, above 50% or below 2%, the error grows. For everyday investing decisions, it's perfect. For precise financial modeling, use the exact formula. Know the tool and know its limits. One number, 72. It applies to your savings account, your mortgage, your retirement fund, inflation eating your cash, and the debt on your credit card. The banker with 30 years of experience knows it. Now you do too. Here's the question I want you to answer. If you had known the rule of 72 at age 20, what would you have done differently? One investment decision, one debt you'd have avoided, one account you'd have opened sooner. Drop it below. I read every single comment. Subscribe. Next week, the 5 numbers every serious investor carries in their head. Not formulas, not apps. Just 5 numbers that tell you everything you need to know before making any financial decision.